I'm sure people will keep rolling in throughout the webinar, but we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome to our very first AMP Secure webinar. My name is Cameron. This is Luis. Thank you very much for joining. We're super excited to have you all. Just real quick as a brief agenda. So first we'll be going through a little bit about AMP lighting. Some of the benefits as an AMP Pro. I know many of you are already AMP Pros, but we do have some people in here that have just signed up with us. So I want to review those benefits. Luis will be walking us through the product line overview. And then we will have an open Q&A session towards the end of the webinar. So within this webinar, you'll actually see a chat button at the top that says Q&A. Please feel free to drop any questions in throughout the webinar. We'll address them at the end. And then there is an option to like each question, and that'll actually upvote it. So if you have a similar question or the same question that someone else has asked, please feel free to like that question. We'll be sure that we hit those first.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Cam.
So real quick, quick introductions here. So my name is Cameron Schmidt. I'm the head of new business development here at AMP Lighting. I've been here for about 4 years and I'm really extremely passionate about building customer-centric teams and a focus within an organization, as well as building out internal teams and providing resources to our external customers to leverage and build their business. And then we've got Luis as well.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name's Louise Gardner. I'm a senior product manager here at AMP Lighting. And just a little bit of background. I've been in the business for over 25 years. Started out as a mechanical engineer at Cooper Lighting many years ago. So I've designed quite a few different lighting fixtures over the years. I had leadership roles at Cooper Lighting, Color Kinetics, another company, Nicor Lighting, along the years. And I'm really excited to be here. I work directly with the new product development for AMP Secure, and it's a great product line. I'm excited to tell you all about it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Luis. So real quick about AMP Lighting, as I mentioned, I'm sure many of you are already AMP Pros. But we were founded in 2008. We're headquartered here in Tampa, Florida. Actually, our entire team is here. So anyone that you speak with from customer support, product development, everyone's internal here. And I think that's something that we love about AMP is that I can go right down the hall and ask Luis a product question if I need to. We serve about 24,000 contractors, about 3,500 of those being electricians. So a very broad customer base. We do have US-based dedicated support. As I mentioned, our customer support team actually sits in office with us. So if you have any questions for them and we need to escalate it, they can actually come right to us. We can field those questions and get you an answer as quick as possible. One thing that I love personally about AMP Lighting is our proactive warranty process, and that's a one-to-one warranty process. So something that we often hear in the industry is that typically it's a handoff to a handoff to a handoff to deal with any warranty issues. And so having that proactive warranty process, calling our customer support or your representative in your territory and getting a warranty replacement actually sent out ahead of time before you receive the defective product is a massive benefit to our customers and your customers as well.
It really, really is, Cam. What I came from a different side of the business for much of my career, where we're working with sales agencies and distribution manufacturers, representatives. And when you go down that road and you've got a warranty, you literally have to contact the manufacturer, which goes through 1 or 2 sets of people. It can take you days just to get an RMA number sometimes. So I've just been really impressed with AMP Lighting's overall customer service, fellows running around, ladies running around with headsets on, answering all the questions. It's just been really, really impressive. So that's just a great adder for AMP Lighting for sure.
Most definitely. And that same one-to-one process from a warranty perspective is actually the approach that we take with our business model as well. So being factory direct, we actually design, engineer, manufacture, and distribute all in-house. And that really gives us an opportunity to connect with our customers, get feedback from you all. We call it Voice of the Customer. We have a monthly meeting where we actually get feedback from you all. We discuss it as a group between product development and the AMP team, seeing what concerns you have or maybe some improvements that you have and recommendations for our product line. And we take those to heart. We take them seriously and we make improvements along the way. So couple last benefits. So Pro Edge Rewards program is something that we have in place for our customers. It's based on your quarterly spend. You'll get a percentage back in store credit that can be used on future projects to help boost your margins. And then last but not least, free same day, something that I know our customers love. Any orders that are placed before 5 p.m. Local time will actually ship out same day. And to give you an idea of what shipping time looks like, we've got four main distribution centers, one being out of Tampa, Florida, serving the Southeast, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, serving the Northeast, Dallas, Texas, that'll serve kind of the Midwest, and then Las Vegas, Nevada, that serves our West Coast. And so as you can see, shipping time is actually pretty quick, 1 to 2 business days. So we make sure that we get that product to you quickly. And then last but not least, looking at AMP Secure. So as I mentioned, we took our feedback very seriously and recommendations seriously from our contractors. And we had an overwhelming amount of contractors that actually were interested in seeing if we want to provide universal voltage fixtures. So we got together as a team and created the AMP Secure line. And really, these are tailored solutions for your projects that have trusted performance. The same value that we've brought from a low voltage landscape lighting perspective is the same quality and value that we want to provide with our AMP Secure line, and something I believe that we've delivered with this line. Something that Louise will touch on, probably one of her favorite things, is that it's a unified design aesthetic. So I'll hold my breath a little bit. She'll touch on that a little bit more. And then lastly, instant pricing and quoting. So we've actually allowed pricing to be seen on our website for these products. So if you need quick quoting, you're not already signed up as an AMP Pro, you're not waiting on us for that application process, you can go ahead and quote out the jobs that you need and the materials that you need for that job without having to sign in as of yet.
Right.
And now I'll toss it over to Louise. She's going to walk us through the AMP Secure product line.
All right. Thanks so much, Cam. I appreciate the intro and everything. And yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the specific products in the AMP Secure family. So overall, the majority of these products are 120 to 277 volt. There's a couple of the twin heads in here that are 120 volt products. We'll go through each of these in a little more detail. But one of the things that Cam just mentioned is our overall aesthetic design. It's very hard to find that actually in this industry with this type of product, because all of these were designed and engineered right here in Tampa, Florida. So we have a full engineering team. We do a lot of our testing, manufacturing, proving out, et cetera, here in the building. And it's just rare to find it. And what I mean by design aesthetic, I'm talking about the fact that the fin design, I'm talking about the AMP Secure logo being on each one of these products, the overall aesthetic design and details of each feature are consistent. And that means a lot when you're doing an installation. We want your installation of your, whether it's a strip mall or a building or a school area, we want that to look like a unified approach and a unified design. And with products like these, it can actually elevate your entire project and your installation for you, and just give you a better reputation maybe out in the market, and also just looking at installation features as well, because when you have one product, these products all have the similar installation features. So it just makes everything faster and easier for you. So let's talk a little bit more in some of those details. So here's a nice layout that kind of just talks about some of the lights that we have and where to use them. So this would be a typical office building. The first light on the upper right is our area lights. So this is, think about street lighting, think about parking areas. So these are obviously heavily used in the parking area of this example. And wall packs. Wall packs have been around forever. Everybody knows a wall pack, but ours have a couple better features, which I'll touch on in a few minutes. But for an installation like this, like a wall pack might be around the back side of the building. If you take a look at the B letters on the diagram. So this might be around the back side for security, safety, walking areas, et cetera. And C, so looking at our floodlights, we have a couple different floodlights we'll go over. Of course, they can be wall mounted and downward facing, but they can also be upward facing and illuminating, the side of a wall, the side of a building, columns, whatever your interest might be. So those are very flexible and really handy products. D, the last one on the bottom, is one of my favorites. It's a smaller adjustable floodlight and really packs a nice punch, but it's very user-friendly. You can use it near doorways. You could use it near, little small alcoves that you might have. I just particularly like that product specifically. So a couple more locations. Again, these are primarily commercial and, some residential products in here as well. And think about perimeter lighting. Again, just, bringing up the whole safety factor with your customers. They need safety lighting to avoid any issues that might be happening on their property, even litigation, that could come their way. But you're always just wanting to provide a safe environment, for their customers as well. They can also be used in hospitality. We've got a beautiful barn light on the product line as well, which can be kind of neat on storefronts and hospitality areas. And again, we'll go through some of these details ahead. So when you look at the product line, these are just some of the features and benefits that I like to bring up right up front. They all have selectable lumens, and that's a really important feature. And I'll tell you a little more about it when we go through each product. So you have a selectable switch. You can select lumens, and you can also select the color temperature, so the CCT. Each product's available with 3000, 4000, or 5000 K CTC switching options. So it just makes it easy and much more customizable for your customers and your clients as to what they might need for their particular installation. Another thing that I've done over the years is develop a lot of aluminum die-cast products like these, and they're only as good as the paint you put on them. It's just that simple. Polyester powder coat paint is the most common way to adhere paint to aluminum die castings, but we've gone an extra level. We've got marine grade polyester powder coat paint. It's a Tiger Dry Lac. Many of you may have heard of that before. That's a very high-end brand of paint. And we also have a 5-stage process where we clean the aluminum before you paint it. And this has just turned out to be something that's just super important. It stands up to the elements and really makes an excellent product. Of course, there are most of these products, the commercial products, are DLC listed. I talked a little bit about CCT, but another thing that we do at Amp Lighting that I love is that we're not nickel and diming you with options. I love the fact that this comes with a 0 to 10 volt dimming driver is standard on every one of these products. Also, a dusk till dawn photocell is standard on the product. So many of our competitors, you might have to check that off as an option. Pay a little adder for it, pay a little more money for it. But here, everything's included in a very well-priced product line. And another feature, IP66 rating. We have that across the product line. Most of our competitors are IP65. And what this means is that your product is just that much more sealed, secured, better gasketing, and more precision aluminum, when you're piecing together the clamshell on these products. So that's a really nice feature as well. And of course, a 5-year hassle-free warranty that we discussed.
Yep.
And easy installation. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well.
And something I wanted to hit on just real quick, Luis, you mentioned all these different features, and here with AMP, considering that we have a one-to-one business model or that we're factory direct, I think that really speaks to the value of working with AMP, is that we can provide all of these features and benefits without an upcharge because we distribute them ourselves. And so we're giving truly the best quality that we can for the fairest price. And so I think that speaks to what we're able to do here at Amp Lighting and really making sure that we're providing value to our customers.
Absolutely. And I've never worked at a company that gave those features away for free. I love the fact that we do it here. It's just terrific. So I just also wanted to touch base on this. One of the things we're going to show towards the end is we've got a really nice 32-page, very comprehensive brochure for the AMP Secure family, and we'll be offering those to you towards the end of the webinar. But this is one of the page foldouts in that, and it's just basically giving you some of the different mounting height recommendations. As you can see, and we'll go through each part of these products real quick in detail, is that you can buy a single product, stock it, care for it, and you can still install that anywhere between maybe 8-10 feet off the ground or all the way up to 30 feet for some of the same products in the same SKU. So you don't have to be buying multiple products to satisfy all the different needs that you may be having coming up, in your projects over the next month or two, whatever they bring your way. So let's talk a little bit about the AMP Secure wall floods. So these are the first 3 products we'll be discussing today. This is the 35-watt wall flood. We've got an 80-watt as well. I'll show you in a moment. And again, 122.77. You see all the features on the bottom. Just giving you an idea of what that looks like a little bit. And to give you an idea of scale, the back wall plate for this, where you're mounting this onto a J-box on the wall typically, that's a 4.5 by 4.5 inch box, or canopy, I should say, for that attaches to the wall, just to give you an idea of scale. Again, $65.99, very, very well priced in the industry. On this particular product, we have three different wattages and lumen outputs, roughly 2,000, around 4,000, and up to about 5,000 lumens. The one thing, as I mentioned before, about the family of products, if you look on the right-hand side, you can see that we actually open up a little cap on the side of each product that shows the wattage and the CCT selection. So what's nice about that is that's actually a waterproof cap. So you can put up a product. Let's say your end customer really wanted 3,000K. The 4,000K was a little too cold for them, or they wanted a little more lumen output and you want to adjust that. You can easily go up there without opening up the fixture or anything like that and just modifying that real quick. Put your little cap back on. It's a watertight seal and you're good to go. So again, this product is about 27 different SKUs if you combine all the features and benefits and the color selection on it as well. And mounting methods. I'm showing you this for these particular wall floods, that each one of these have that similar canopy on the back, that 4.5-inch canopy. And it mounts directly to a J box, typically a 4-inch octagon J box or other around 4-inch sizes. We have a universal bracket there. And as you can see on the right-hand picture, with that bracket, the galvanized bracket actually, of course, comes with the luminaire, and you attach that to the J box itself. But one of the couple features that we have on every one of our products is terrific, and we've got a tether that you can see on the right-hand side. You hook that tether right up into a little notch in the J box bracket, and that holds the fixture in place while you're wiring. So you're not bouncing down on a ladder or doing something like that. You literally just drop that into place. It's held very sturdy. It's a stainless steel tether, and it holds it in place while you do the wiring. Shove your wiring, of course, back into the J box and attach the luminaire onto the top of that with a screw on the bottom, tighten it into place. So it's just really handy. That's the same methodology you'll see on all of these floodlights as well.
Yep.
And also adjustability. Everything's got toolless adjustability there. So you can see also that you can, angle the luminaire however you'd like to. And you can also ground mount these floods as well. They can be in an upward location. You would want to mount that into with really any outdoor J box that's got a 1/2-inch MPT thread that'll accept it for that. So here's the big brother. We go up to 80 watts with this version, a $99 price tag. And for this product, we've got 40, 60, and 80 watt versions going up to about 12,000 lumens. And again, like this product might go anywhere from probably 12, 16 feet all the way up to 30 feet that you can install it onto a building. So just a very, very flexible product. Here's an install for a similar product on a nice kind of like an urban area. So this is one of my favorites. This is the smaller adjustable. Cam's so tired of hearing me say that. It's the smaller adjustable wall flood. Oh. And again, just a really nice product. You've got that, complete flexibility. Again, great price tag. Just truly a great price for this value and quality of a product in the market. Taking a look a little bit closer on this product, we've got 15 and 25 lumen options. And this might go from anywhere from around 6 to 12 feet, mounted onto a wall. And for this product, because it's a little bit smaller, we have the wattage selection and the CCT selection under two. Toolless adjustability for it as well. So let's talk about the area lights in our wall packs. So these are definitely more commercial products that you would see, using in parking lot areas. We have the traditional 3 different mounting methods for our area lights. What you're looking at here is our arm mount method. Of course, everything's very heavy duty die cast here. And the price just can't be beat. You're looking at around $179 for this product. It's one of the best priced, lowest priced products in the market. And when you think about the quality that you get with this, it's just a great opportunity. So we also have the traditional trunnion mount. This type of mount it probably has a little more flexibility. So you can mount this to a wall, you can mount it to the ground, and you can mount it even onto poles with different apparatus, which we'll show you towards the end. Yep. We've got some installs on this product already as well. Uh, and the last one is the slip fitter mount. Those of you familiar with pole lighting would realize that like a slip fitter is a very heavy duty die cast bracket. We've got angle adjustability on the bracket as well. So you can angle, if you want it at 90 degrees or tilt it up a little bit. You want to make sure that all of those are even for your installation. So that calculator is basically on there, your angles. And this would fit onto commonly a tenon of some sort or a tenon pole, which we'll show you some examples of as we move on. So this has the widest range that I'm aware of, at least in the industry, when you're talking about lumens, going from about 6,000 to 13,500 lumens in the market, a 40, 60, 80, 90-watt version. And again, just looking for that total flexibility, you can mount this at a 16-foot mounting height, 20, 24, whatever pole height you might be looking at, whatever parking area, your needs might be. You've got the 3 CCTs and 4 lumen outputs. Our current standard product has a type 4 distribution, and that's going to be a slightly forward throw, which I'll show you on the next slide. And we also have a type 3 and a type 5 in development right now. So those should be offered to you in the coming quarter or so. We also have IES files. I wanted to mention that actually for every one of our products, we have pretty detailed spec sheets and IES files for every one of the AMP Secure products on our website, ready to download if you need them. This product comes with a standard 3-pin photo control, again, for your dusk till dawn. And we're making available a shorting cap that you can put on there in case you want to do third-party controls. Maybe there's a building control system or a Crestron system already installed. So the shorting cap allows you to control the luminaire with other control systems. Bug ratings and EPA wind ratings are also on the spec sheets as you need.
Something I want to touch on real quick, that versatility with the fixture. We've already had a few contractors that have recognized, I can buy one fixture,
Right.
put it in the office or the warehouse, and whatever job is coming up, I have so much versatility with this product
Right.
line that I can just stock up, maybe save a little bit of money as well, and use these on a multitude of different projects instead of, finding products that meet the specifications. The versatility of these products have just really come in very key and as a big value add to our contractors.
It's a big help. It's a big help, that's for sure. So this slide talks a little bit more about the photometrics for our area lights. When you take a look at the upper chart here, that area coverage with a kind of an XY chart on it, that's actually on each one of our spec sheets. So it gives you a quick look without downloading an IES file, without having to, have any software that would do that. It just gives you a nice quick look at what the overall X spread and, sorry, I'm doing that wrong, the Y spread and the X forward throw for each particular size and at different mounting heights. So for example, if you see the chart on a 16-foot mount with a 90-watt luminaire, your X dimension is going to be about 40 feet. That's going to be your forward throw. And your Y dimension is going to be about 84 feet. Okay, so that just gives you a quick look. It's on every spec sheet, whether it's the one of the floodlights or any product. So you can take a quick look. It's a great cheat sheet for you to just go in there and see kind of what your lumen spread's going to be. The left-hand side, the lower chart, is actually the IES file for that 90-watt 16-foot installation. So you can take a look at the foot candle levels, where it's a 0.5 foot candle down to 10 foot candles towards the center. And I've left the chart on the right there on the lower right, just to kind of give you an idea. We have a forward throw where the majority of the light's coming out of our luminaires, but you also have just a little bit of a backward throw as well. And that's basically, giving some definition to the light when it's mounted on a pole, safety for pedestrians walking by, et cetera as well. So that's what the type 4 distribution will do for you. And here's one of those installations, a couple of those installations. You want to speak to the one on the left?
Yeah, HK Solutions, based out of California. So use these site and area lights to light up a gas station. As you could see, tremendous output on these lights and really fit the needs that he was looking for. So great installation by Ryan Knox out of California.
Yeah, really nice. That's actually a trunnion bracket installation on the for the lights near the gas stations. And on the lower right, I just wanted to show it like a typical tenant mount, but actually we've got some birds in there. They go out as very cheap labor, so you guys should try to hire them to install your fixtures for you as well. But just wanted to show that tenant mount as well.
Real quick reminder before you get into the wall pack. Just want to remind everybody that you do have the Q&A button at the top of the screen. If you have any questions at all, we'll be looking at those towards the end. But wanted to make sure and remind you guys that you have an opportunity to ask questions again in that Q&A chat button that you'll find on the top of your screen.
And staying till the end, they have some other opportunities, right?
Yes. Certainly.
So this is the wall pack. Again, this is a fairly common product in the industry. Wall packs have been used for years. But one of the differences for the amp lighting product is that, first of all, it's only about 5.5 inches off the wall. That makes it a much smaller profile than the majority of luminaires like this out in the industry. The $99 price tag is also excellent. But I've also researched and looked at this product specifically. And when it was developed, we did it purposefully to make sure that we had the widest range of lumens actually for a wall pack in the industry. You can go up against Lithonia, Cooper, anybody else out there. And this range going from 4,000 to about 12,000 lumens is the widest in the industry. So again, just giving you that flexibility, you want it in 8-foot height, again, stocking up, trying to take advantage of that, and different wattages for different heights. So whatever your needs are. And let's talk a little bit about some of our leaning a little more towards residential products. So we've got that barn light, and we've got a couple twin heads I'd like to talk about. We've got a rectangular and a round twin head security light, which I really like. I just think that the rectangular one gives it a little different look. These products are 120 volt, the twin heads. And again, very well priced. We have a motion sensor available on them as well. I'll talk a little bit about that in a slide or so. But one of the things I did want to mention is that I have a neighbor in my backyard who I need to go actually give him one of these and install it for him, because you get those glare bombs in your neighborhood, those LED security lights that are just, shining right in your eyes. Really dislike that. And I don't like glare bombs anyway. But anyway, so we've designed these, to make sure you've got a nice hood over the top. Again, adjustability, you can aim it downward, keeping, neighborhood friendly, if you want to call it that. And it's a really nice product. We've made sure the lensing was opaque enough that it looks really nice when it's installed and when it's on. And of course, that vertical adjustment as well. And here's the round version. Again, these are available. These are actually available in 3 different colors as well, and the motion sensor version. Total flexibility. And these are available in 15 to 25 watts. Selectability. And just looking real quick at the motion sensor, the coverage area, there's actually a typo on the left-hand side. The foot distance goes out about 36 feet, not 30 feet for the area coverage. And on the right side, you'll see some of the controls. They're actually literally on the back of the motion sensor itself. And there you can adjust the overall lux and how bright the evening has to come before it actually turns on with motion, and also the time. So you can set the time up to about 10 minutes. So if the motion sensor turns on, it'll stay on for 10 minutes and then automatically turn off again. So just some convenience features with the motion sensor. And also the barn light. We smile at each other because the barn light has just been selling like hotcakes, I guess is one way to put it. It's really been doing well for us in the market. It's a kind of a 3-piece system. You've got a die-cast middle base that's like our LED housing that you can see there. That back canopy, again, that would be mounting to the wall is a very nice die-cast piece with the Amp Secure logo on it as well. We've got 3 different gooseneck sizes on there. I'll show you those in just a moment. This one goes between 22 and 40 watts. And of course, these are just great for all sorts of different areas. We've seen them
Yeah,
all over residentially. You can see them on garages. You can see them next to front doors. You can see them on traditional barns, but also, quite often used in the hospitality storefronts,
restaurants, yeah, definitely.
restaurants, and things like that as well. And on this guy, on the back side of that middle piece, the LED module, as we call it, that's where we have the CCT controls and the wattage controls as well. And here are the three different goosenecks. So we've got a standard, a long gooseneck, and a short gooseneck. These are all on the website. You can select which one for your needs. And from you can see from here that these shades are currently 14 inches in diameter, and we're also in development and nearly complete with some smaller diameters. I think we have a 10-inch diameter shade coming out, and also one that's kind of cut on a 45-degree, meaning it'll kind of shield the street side, and you can use it upward and actually shine onto a signage or something like that if you wanted to illuminate that.
Very similar to the picture that you had shared earlier with the commercial and
Right.
residential examples. We saw the storefront that had these barn lights up front with kind of
Right.
that cutoff.
Yeah, those are really nice. Much more for commercial use probably,
Yeah.
but really nice products.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Louise. So we understand the importance. Obviously, we design, manufacture these products, so we're a little bit biased, but getting some feedback from contractors in the industry. So Ed out of Skyline Electric in California, something that he really found valuable was just the adjustable CCT and wattage, the versatility in the field that he had with this fixture. I believe he used the site and area light on that project. Just was extremely impressed
Right.
with the ability to change the CCT and the wattage on that. And then Ty Connor, he may actually be on here. So if you are, how you doing, Ty? He used our floodlight, our adjustable floodlight on a restaurant, and really was impressed with the design aesthetic and how slim the fixture was, but the output was just amazing for the project that he had. So again, we understand the importance of sharing some of the feedback from our contractors, instilling confidence on our product line. And so it's great to hear from Ed and Ty. And then we have our AMP Secure brochure. So this is our brochure that we've created as a sales resource for our contractors. Really intentional with keeping you all in mind and selling in the field, and then also being able to refer to this brochure for product specifications, maybe tips and tricks, the benefits of doing business with AMP. So it's really broken down into 3 sections. Your first couple pages are going to be about AMP lighting, and that's really something that can be shared with your customer to instill confidence in the product and the manufacturer that you're using, giving a little bit of history of how we were founded, how long we've been in the industry, as well as a few other benefits of doing business with AMP. The second portion, the middle pages, is going to be, again, more product-specific information, specifications, features, benefits, installation details, things of that nature. And then the end pages are going to be more for you. So designer hints, you've also got a desire link in there, if I'm not mistaken,
Right.
to understand what products are approved from a DLC perspective in your area. So really just want to emphasize that this is a resource that was created for you all. Happy to send these out to you guys. If you type into the chat brochure, I'll be sure that you all get a copy or multiple copies in case you'd like to leverage it in the field. We do have a virtual version as well, a flip book that can be leveraged if you happen to use an iPad or anything in the field as well.
Right.
Alrighty, and then just friendly reminder, so we are doing a giveaway. You'll see a QR code on the screen. If you fill out that survey by 12 p.m. on Friday, we'll actually be entered into a raffle to win $200 store credit on your account that can be used on a future project or possibly to check out some of these products. And then our webinar special for today and for the next 30 days is going to be 15% off any purchases of 5 units or more of a specific product. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'll apply that discount for you and walk you through the purchase process just to make sure that you're taking advantage of that 15% off.
Awesome.
And that completes the webinar portion and the presentation portion of this webinar. We are going to transition into the Q&A. Luis, I know you've got some questions in the chat here, so we'll start working through these. One call out really quick for those of you who are not AMP pros already. You'll see another QR code on there to become an AMP pro. So if you'd like to take a moment, sign up for an account, have access to pricing and purchasing, please feel free to do so. Let's dive into
Absolutely.
some questions.
Right. Michael Harris, thank you so much for asking. Michael was asking when the white twin head motion sensor products will be in stock. Good question, Michael. I don't think it's going to quite make it by the end of this month. It's probably, unfortunately, looking more like the end of next month for that. So there was a slight delay in those, but they will be getting here shortly. That's for sure. And what else? And the barn lights, we were listening and hearing to you, Michael, already. We've already ordered the white barn lights. So they are on order. I do not have an ETA at this moment off the top of my head, but they have definitely already been ordered. So we've been listening and seriously, as we, go through this product line, if there are other, needs or features or, things that you want, we definitely want to hear your input, your thoughts. We can even get on a call and, talk about things if we need to. Anything we can get to satisfy your needs and hear what your customers are asking for as well. Definitely. And there was another question here that said, are there any bulk discount offers? And I think we've already gone through that one.
Yeah, just touched on that one.
Yeah.
So 15% off 5 units or more.
And I think some people have been putting in there that they would like a brochure. So yes, please go ahead and add that in there if you're looking for a brochure. That would be awesome.
Yeah, just a friendly reminder as well. Feel free to scan this QR code, fill out the survey, and enter in for a $200 store credit.
Absolutely. And Vic, thank you so much. Great question. I love it. Vic asked, good to have these universal voltage fixtures with the consistent designs as your landscapes lights have. Can you explain the secure aspect of the category name? Really good question. We look at these products as security lights. That's kind of the general category. When you look at the rest of the lighting industry, they're kind of outdoor security lights. Yeah. And that's where the name came from. So we're looking at these to, secure areas for parking areas, again, like back of a building with a wall pack, or, residential security with the twin head products. So that's really where the name came from, but really good question. Thanks, Vic. Appreciate that. And I think that might be it for now, unless anybody's got anything else. Please feel free.
Yep. Hang tight here for a couple minutes and see if we've got any additional questions. I'll put this back up on the screen in case you want to fill out that survey. Great. So
yeah, I think that might be it, unless there's something else. But thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and if you do have any questions that you may have not been able to put in chat or you had to leave early, please feel free to email me. My email's up on the screen here in the bottom left, cameronS@amplighting.com. Happy to answer any questions that you may have in the future. And friendly reminder that we do have that bulk discount for you. So please feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to apply that discount to your order. And then, of course, the $200 store credit giveaway for that survey towards the end.
Right. Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining our very first AMP Secure webinar. We're looking forward to hopefully many more in the future.
Absolutely.
And hope you have a great day.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.